Good afternoon, my YouTube friends, and I'm sitting here in my backyard, and it's just about to rain, so I might have to move in just a moment. But I've been thinking deeply about one particular aspect that's really been the big needle mover in my self development journey and my recovery from alcoholism. I suspect would be the best word. Binge drinking is probably the best, but it basically was out of control, whatever it was, and had a lot of effects, influence on my self-esteem. As I've shared before, and those that haven't listened to me before, social anxiety was a huge thing in my life, and I used alcohol and drugs to minimize that as much as possible, and just to feel comfortable in my own skin, because I wasn't. But during this journey, I developed a whole heap of unresourceful habits and attitudes, and basically was a massive victim. And there's a big thing in the NLP world called cause and effect. One, if you're an effect of the world, you're a victim to everything that happens to you. It's not my fault; it's the world's fault. And the other side of the coin, and this is where successful people sit, and that's the cause, being a cause. This is where we take ownership. And this comes to the subject of what I'd love to speak about at the moment. One of my favorite ever quotes is by Aristotle, and it's, "You are what you repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not an act, but a habit." And it's not so much about habit, although that's a big part of it, but developing this habit of excellence requires a certain attitude, an attitude of life. And it's something I'm still developing in myself, but I've got much better attitudes now. And going back to being an effect, that was my attitude of that day, of being an effect of the world, of being a massive victim. Whatever happened, it was someone else's problem. I ended up in this position because the winds of the world of destiny put me there. However, through my journey, I did a speech one time, and it was about, "You are what you practice." And this is what that quote is all about. We become what we practice. But the attitude of growth, is a big needle mover. I suspect in your own journeys that you've come across people that have got pretty bad attitudes, and let's say they're not very pleasant to be around. But then you've got those people who've just got attitudes that light up the world, and they're just about a pleasure to be around. You know, those people that whatever happens, it's a opportunity for growth, or they can reframe it in a way that's just magnificent, and creates a wonderful spectrum of joy and just positivity. Now, that's not to say that they're complete Pollyannas. Pollyanna was a particularly positive character, if you don't know who Pollyanna was. But however, there's a good an attitude to have is practicability, being able to future-proof your plans against possible catastrophes, and having an attitude of resilience and resoluteness is a great thing to happen as well. I suppose the point of my video, though, is you can change your effect in this world in a big way by changing your attitude, and that's part of the recipe for success. Success equals behaviors, which are made up of your attitude, your habits, and your skills. And to me, attitude is probably the biggest needle mover in this recipe for success. So something to think about as you move through the world. Just take a look at what your attitude is, and is it moving you forward or into the victim world? Is it creating the world that you want, or are you being it in effect? And I'll leave it there for now. But ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, go forth with boldness and courage, and have a great day. Thank you.